and welcome back to another video. Today I will be customizing my very first Breyer Stablemate, other than terrible attempts as a kid of course. I will be using this adorable fell pony mold since I'm making this for a secret Santa who collects them. They also like rainbows and unicorns, and I'm more than happy to make just that. The first thing to do is draw up a rough idea for my design. I want a rainbow gradient with dappling and some Appaloosa spots. You may have noticed that there's no horn on my pony, so that's the first step. I first mark where I want the horn, making sure it's centered. Then I can carefully go in with my Dremel that has a thin cone bit. I want the horn to be very sturdy, so I'm cutting in a larger hole than the wire so I can add extra epoxy. I go the rest of the way through with my regular drill. I make sure that the wire will fit. I twist two pieces together for strength and so it can't slip out. Then I can glue it into place, making sure to push the wire in as far as it can go. Once that's all dry, I can do some sanding. This mold is pretty easy to prep, I just need to sand the logo and a few minor seams. I also do a once-over with my 400 grit sandpaper to give the primer a better surface to stick to. For the horn, I'll be using my Aves 2-part epoxy. I place a thin layer around the wire and smooth it with some rubbing alcohol. I sculpt in the horn twists with my X-Acto knife. I also fill in the extra space and blend it in with the mane. For some extra little pizzazz, I will be adding some epoxy noodles and making braids in the mane and tail. I sculpt the braid detail with my X-Acto knife. Is that why they call it detail? After the epoxy hardened, I primed him off camera. Since the base is white, I used my Rustoluem white primer. Next, I do a few coats of my Golden Brand white acrylic paint. Once that completely dried, with some help of my hairdryer of course because I'm impatient, I sprayed it all with my Mr. Superclear matte spray. This seals the paint and gives the model some tooth for the next step. Now the fun part, the rainbow! I'm using this eyeshadow palette from Colourpop since it has some pretty vibrant pigment. I'll be using this short eyeshadow brush to pack in the color. I will still need a few layers though. the color is on, I can add the dapples. Using my Kneaded Eraser, I remove small areas of the color. I make sure to look at references even though it's a fantasy horse. Once I finish the dapples, I seal it again with the Mr. Superclear. Next, I add another layer to build up the color. do about 3 layers of the eyeshadow, making sure to seal in between. For the Appaloosa spots, I'm using more white acrylic. I water it down to make sure there are no brush strokes. I paint the outlines of the spots and then fill in the rest of the area. do about 4 coats of the white. I also add the leg and face markings. Next, I can paint on the eye with some black acrylic. Luckily, I only have one to do. I add a little bit of blue and then some white for the eye shine. And I seal it all in off camera with my Testors Lacquer Gloss Spray to make him extra pretty and shiny. The final touch is to paint the horns and hooves with my Testors Gold Enamel paint. And now he's all done. Here's the before. And here's the after. I really love how he came out, and I hope my Secret Santa does too. I even showed him at a live show before sending him off, and he got a first place in Fantasy Customs, which has some pretty great entries, so I'm super proud. Thank you for watching. Make sure to boop that like button and subscribe for more projects.